Hey there, gardeners. You are watching Gardening on Taylor Mountain, and I'm Bobby. My husband and I are going to go do a little chore that I've been wanting to do for like a year. We're going to head over to another part of the farm and get some chestnut rails that were used here. So anyway, we're going to take you for a gator ride, take you with us, and then we'll construct this little, or at least my husband will, construct this little decorative fence. To slide in here and add a couple things. As I was editing this video back, a couple things I noticed that I wanted to bring up, and I also wanted to give you an update on how this bed is doing. We're about a month or a little bit more later than when we actually filmed this video. The first thing I wanted to mention was, you'll see we're using chestnut rails we had here on the farm, and I don't think I said this during the video. You may not have that available to you to use for a decorative fence. You can go to the big box stores. We've made decorative fences out of the cedar rails that they sell, and you know, there's all kinds of decorative fences that you can make. The second thing I wanted to mention was, when I was noticing my husband cutting with his chainsaw, I think that's going to trigger maybe some people just because it looked dangerous. He did have earplugs in. He always wears ear protection, but he's very well versed with a chainsaw. So I want to say, if you're not used to using a chainsaw, please consult with someone who knows how to use one or learn how to use it. He has been using it, as I say in the video. He was a timber cutter, and you know, he's been using a chainsaw practically since he was born. So please don't be in fear that, oh my goodness, he's going to cut his foot off or something like that. If I were using the chainsaw, that would be different. You would need to be afraid for me, but not with him. And the other thing is, just I wanted to give you an update on how this garden is doing. So I'm just sliding this little part here into the video, and let me turn the camera around and I'll show you this little perennial bed. This first perennial you see here is a polemonium. It's from Proven Winners, and I'm probably not saying that correct. I'm having a hard time getting that word in my mouth, but it's Heaven Sent polemonium, zones 3 through 7, and it started blooming. It blooms, it says, mid-spring, but it started blooming for me early spring, and it has just kept blooming, kept on going. This is the hardy geranium, and I had to stake it up. I used a peony ring actually to stake it up because it wants to flop. I think I inadvertently fertilized it when I did my spring fertilizing of my perennials, and the hardy geranium does not like to be fertilized. This is the butterfly blue pincushion flower. That's a perennial. Down here is a woodland phlox, and it's already done its thing. It may put on another flush of blooms. I've cut it back. And you can see the Delphinium there in the back, and then a couple Columbine that have already gone over. They were really pretty. And then this really cool white Allium. So pretty. So here's the chestnut rails that we're thinking about using some of. He's going to dig through and see if he can find something that's usable. These were actually used as fences here on the farm a long time ago, and they're a type of chestnut that is extinct now. Somehow he's doing all the work and I'm not doing any work. I'm just filming. My hubby and I were weed eating. We were both weed eating today, and he said he was ready to do this little task. So of course, you know, you just drop what you're doing when your hubby says he's ready to help you with the project, and so we can get this project done.
That should be enough.
we have quite a load on there, so I'm just going to walk back. I really don't want to get hit in the head with a rail. So I'll see you when we get there. Haven't quite made it back yet, but there he is backing up to the spot where the little garden is. So I better get a foot on, right? Get over there to help him, or at least to film him while he's working. Cover your ears because my husband's going to start up his chainsaw. That's going to look really nice. Nothing like a fella that knows how to handle a chainsaw. That man knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
He's cutting some blocks now to kind of chink it up. I'm not sure that's the right word, but these birds are really unhappy. There's a bird's nest, or a birdhouse, a little birdhouse, a gourd birdhouse in the tree, and we're kind of messing up their little plan today. So they're kind of unhappy. We'll be done in a minute, birdies. So we decided to change it up a little bit and put a little, change up the front. I think I like this better. All right, so here's take 3 of design. We're going to cut one of the rails and yeah, he's cutting the rail. We're going to put it on the ground in between so there's not a gap. Oh yeah, I like that. Whoops. In case you were wondering, my husband was a timberman and still is, but he cut timber for many, many years. That's how he knows how to handle a chainsaw very well.
Don't want to put that ugly side out.
Pretty side out. We decided to kind of toenail it in with some screws. I think that'll work good. Thank you, honey. I love it.
You're welcome.
So let's take a closer look. And I love it. Look, y'all, I have more planting room in here. I have some more perennials that can go in here. And one of these days, I would love to either stone or brick the foundation. But for now, we just paint it. And I do need to do some repainting there. But, I love it. Somehow, I got by without doing any of the work. I just did the filming and my husband did all the work. The project didn't take very long, maybe not even quite a half hour. So I'm so glad you joined us and hope you're doing well. Happy gardening. And I just had a butterfly fly in front of behind the camera. And I hope you're doing well. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, friends.